In this video we're going to go through multiplying and dividing algebraic terms. So this is an extension to some of the algebraic rules that we looked at in the previous video. Firstly, we're going to look at multiplying algebraic terms. So first step is to multiply the numbers, the second step is to multiply the variables, and thirdly, to follow our algebraic conventions, we've got to make sure that we write the variables in alphabetical order. So let's go through each of the steps carefully. So step 1 says to multiply the numbers. So in this example, which is 2 times d times 3 times c, we're going to multiply 2 times 3, so that gives us 6. And then we're going to go to the next step, which is to multiply the variables, which is d and c, and we've got to make sure that we write them in alphabetical order, so that is c, d. So my simplified algebraic expression is 6cd. With dividing algebraic expressions, firstly we're going to write the sum as a fraction. Second, we're going to simplify the fraction by finding the highest common factor, just like when we simplified fractions. And 3, we're going to simplify further by cancelling down any common variables or using our index laws. So the first step is to write our sum as a fraction. So if I have this example, which is minus 15EF divided by 10F, I'm going to write that first as a fraction. The second step says that I've got to simplify the fraction by finding the highest common factor. So the highest common factor for 15 and 10 is 5. So that means I am now going to divide both numbers, so the negative 15 and the 10, by 5. So divide by 5, divide by 5. So negative 15 divided by 5 is negative 3, and then 10 divided by 5 is 2. And the last step here is to simplify further by cancelling any common variables or using my index laws. So if we look at the actual variables that we have, first of all we have e. E is not common to both the numerator or the denominator, so we're just going to write that one in. And then we've got f, which is common, so that gets cancelled down. So our final simplified algebraic expression is negative 3e divided by 2. So let's go through some of our examples. So this is multiplied, so we're going to multiply the numbers first. So 3 times 4, which is 12. And then we're going to multiply the variables. D times d is d squared. In the next question, we're going to multiply our numbers first. So 2 times 3 times 8 equals 48. And then I'm going to multiply my variables. Y times y is y squared. Next question, 3r times 3 times 3r. So multiply my numbers first. So 3 times 3 times 3 equals 27. And then I have r times r, which gives me r squared. And my last example here, which is 2 times 4, which gives me, is 8. And then I have a times a, which is a squared, and then b on its own because it's not multiplied by any other like terms, and we don't write our multiplication sign in between, so it'll be 8a squared b. So with multiplying and dividing, firstly with multiplying, make sure that you multiply the numbers first and they're written first. Then we multiply the variables and we make sure that the variables are written in alphabetical order. With dividing, we're going to write our sum as a fraction. We're going to simplify the fraction by using their highest common factor. And then we're going to simplify further by cancelling down any common variables, or we're going to use our index laws to further simplify the variables.